I'm ready. I'm ready. Ooh, hands.
Yes, me dear, the time is for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust. It has, after all, been 20 whole seconds, taking the occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Kalia's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats of Western Lenosha. I speak of roselings and wild jackals. Yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. 4 too many, 2 too few, 5 is right out. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypothesis, the third to perfect your tactics you have devised, 4 would just be genocide. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over and over again. You are not the novice you were an hour ago, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting further approaches, consider an assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent.
Look at them trying to teach me rotations. Huh? Oh, no Swift Perch. Are there currently any preferred worlds? I'm on Oceanic, which is ridiculous. I don't know that there's any outside of Oceanic. I have Road to 80 on. I would not be able to transfer off this server for 90 days. Road to 80 lasts to 90 days. So if your goal is to maintain Road to 90, you would just stay here until Road to 80 until Road to 80 falls off, and then transfer. And I'll have to pay for a transfer, but a transfer is a lot cheaper than skips. And so depending on how far I level in the next 90 days, I effectively got a really cheap skip. Because I'm hitting level 30 in a single day and progressing my MSQ. Now, be warned, if you stay on Oceanic long term, you are dealing with the ping issues of the fact that it's far away. Not an issue in 4-man Ifrit, right? But if you decide to do like the new Alliance raids or something even harder, something like Extreme, Savage, Ultimate, playing on a region far from yourself does introduce problems, especially for classes that like you really need to calculate your movement. Because I'm sure my ping is just dreadful. I haven't checked it, but I'm sure it's just absolutely awful. And then I just joined a beginner guild over here so I could have free company buffs. They invited. And I said, well, this is just an alt. And they're like, that's fine. Alright. My food buff fell off. I should go ahead and push that to a whole hour. Eat some more raisins. Cool. Looks like my Chocobo either died or ran out of salad mix. Look at that. Do it, Ruby. Do it. Kill it. We gotta kill all these jackals. I mean, they were, after all, minding their own business. It's important that they get absolutely destroyed. So the best part is about killing 3 is I'm getting into combo experience. So that's getting me up into, like, the 550s or 650s on experience. For percentage. So I'm leveling even faster when they have me kill a lot of things in a row. Roseling? Yes. Beautiful. Now I do have an Aether Flow. I don't remember where any of this stuff goes on my bar. Oh, I'm level 11. That was 598% experience. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, what a great day. What a great day. I'm a little concerned about getting all this done in time for 6.1. Next 6.1's next week. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing patch. Remember, there is 24-hour maintenance on Monday. But other than that, we're in for a great week to be playing 14. Should bring a lot of people back. I know people have been on break playing Elden Ring or Guild Wars 2 or, you know, whatever. Off to go do the new WoW raid. Whatever they've been doing. 6.1 should bring a lot of people back. Okay, so now we go back. Yes. And this is the level 10 quest. Am I... Oh no, I'm only a level 11. I may have to actually go level now. Oh no. Oh, is it a 4-hour maintenance tonight as well? That's interesting. They're also doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff to keep, like, data center visit on time, and, you know, like, there's a lot going on besides just the things that are being added to the game next Tuesday.
Welcome back, Media. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph into an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forcia Kylea on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanina. Pray do not tarry, Media. Kylea waits for you on the floor below with further details.
No problem. I wouldn't dare. What's nice about being post 30 in MSQ is I will not have a reason to take a break until after I get my jobs done. Downstairs. Oh, this is the same layout as the Warrior Guild. I'll put it on. Oh no, did I miss a hunt log? Of course I did. Alright. Like a little carbuncle party down here, you know? Like the little festival. A timely appearance, as expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan by the Boylstocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift into hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Not to mention I still use my level 1 grimoire. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. If you have changed your keybinds, then you figure it out. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in the middle of Lenosha. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. How cool would it be if it had actually detected what the combat rotation was supposed to be? Because I think that's supposed to tell us... It feels like it was trying to tell me how to use my skills. 1, 3, 4, 5? No. No, that's wrong. It feels like it was trying to tell me what to do. And then there was an opportunity there for it to do so. And then if any of you have played through the tutorial in WoW that was added with Shadowlands, then what would happen is as you went into your next battle with Kylea, she would be shouting 1, 3, 4, 5. And if you messed it up, start over with 1, 3. And she would shout that at you, and it would help ingrain, you know, and you could throw things in there like excellent critical damage, like really like teaching you what spells do and how they function together. Like they're so close They're so close to the game teaching you how to play. They really are. I zoomed out. There it is. So, I would love to see them at it. These orange trees are here, but the orange trees you gather as a botanist end up being somewhere else entirely. I wish we could gather those, because there's a quest that has you go to the place of the oranges, and it's here, and that's misleading because you check your gathering log, because only NPCs gather the oranges there. Just as another side note. So you have to go Google it, and you're like, oh! Because it's one of the quests that doesn't tell you where you're going. Alright. Hey, buddy. Oh, I'm ready. Level 14. What happened here? I'm falling behind.
I am Forseer Kylea of Melvin's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky beakers. Gorby spit uplander noses on stabby iron. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, media. Remember what we have discussed.
That you would be of 0 health? Yeah, I got you. And you brought me into an instance, so I don't even have my chocobo. Not cool, lady. Not cool. Oh my god. Ruby Ruin. Bye! Oh. Okay. Yeah, I may need to go back and do some hunt log, which would guarantee me the rest of the way, so I can get all the way to my jobstone. Somewhere in there, I think my helm has fallen off, so now I'm down to 466 experience. So Road to 80 must be quadrupling, something like that, because I was at over 500, and now I'm down at 460. And the only thing that would have fallen off so far is my Helm of the Light. Got swapped out because I'm over level 10. So, are you helping at all, lady? Are you even here anymore? Where did you go? She, like, bailed. Kylea? You can't even watch?
Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved Guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask of you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths, or showing up your weaknesses?
I'll take the buffs.
Oh-ho! Again you respond as the Guildmaster once did.
I must revise the probability of your potential to attain greatness to 97%.
You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thupelgrim until we next meet. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company.
Look at that guy. Little 50 ladybug. So now I should be able to go back to the Arcanist Guild. The problem is I'm not level 15. So I did not kill everything I was supposed to everywhere I was supposed to. I am in Middle Lenosha, so it would be nice to kill a bogey in Summerford. And then the rest is also grounded pirates in Summerford. Let's see if I could rack up a little more experience. Because I'm not quite where I'm supposed to be. Those might be bogeys. Yep. Cool. Okay, that's 1. 2. 1 more. 1 more. Steel Rain, thank you so much for 8 months. 1 more. Look at that. And now I need to find grounded pirates, which maybe are up higher. I'm not sure. Pugils. Okay, so those are goblin gamblers. Those are on somebody's hunt log. Alright, and so it could be up here then. 38! I read 8! The Hothan got me! Steel Rain, that's so many months! I read the 8! Your text, you miss... I'm not a very good reader. This is how I got in the story skipping in the first place. I'm not a good reader. Thank you so much. Also, that's an unreasonable number. There's gotta only be like half a dozen people with over 36 months. Grounded pirates. Alright. Oh, level 9. $38 months. Hopefully in 6.1 I can start to take on some better sub notifications, and that can help me separate some of that out, because we can have different sounds based on number of months. I don't have time between now and 6.1, because we're kind of in a bit of a sprint, because I took those 2 weeks off. Yeah. I only got like 4 videos published over the last 2 weeks, too. Alright, there we go. So I really did a whole lot of nothing. Romania was good. My sister flies back today. Today! She flies back to the United States. She'll land in Houston tomorrow. And then be in Dallas the day after. And, so they're all packed up. And then... hopefully they got their letter. They have to get a letter from the U.S. Embassy. That kind of helps clear up some stuff. Makes it a little easier. Because they're leaving technically after their visa date. But, like, it's not... the whole thing's really confusing and messy. And so there's a letter you can get from the embassy that kind of helps clear it up. And then... my mother-in-law's surgery got pushed back to April 20th. So I believe we're going to go... so we can't really be any part of that because, like, risk and fur infection kind of keeps her locked away. So, like, we'll be on call, but I will be streaming that week. I may miss Monday the 18th. I think that's Easter weekend, so we may take that Monday off. And then I might miss some time at the end of the month after she comes out of recovery. But it should just be the occasional day now. But we'll do whatever needs to be done. Alright. So that got me to level 12. Level 12. So I need more hunt log. So I got the 2 here. So I need to go to lower Lenosha. Lower Lenosha. And do the rest of my hunt log for round 1. Because I've got to be level 15 when I go to turn that in. Well, I don't have to be level 15 for turning it in, but I got to at least be 14 in hopes that the turn-in experience gets me there. So I've got a bunch here. A bunch. Not quite 38 things, but I have a lot of things here. So I've got nesting buzzard in cedarwood, cedarwood, cedarwood. Cedarwood is way up high. Okay, so I got a long way to go up there because there's no aetheryte up there. What's odd is, like, so this is one of the examples where when I look at the world map, I know it's not fully informative. Because, first of all, it just shows me Lenosha. But second of all, like, we know that this is Southern Lenosha. So if we just ignore this, Southern Lenosha is this shape. And yet I go to my zone map, right? And, like, this is like a free-floating island. And the end of the continent doesn't look right. So, like, I know the world map isn't right. So I've been updating my world map. And I've gotten... I've actually gotten all of the Lenosha areas done. I've got Thanalan all placed. There is some weird stuff that happens right here. Because I believe this to be... There's no confirmation, so I'm just doing my best. But I believe this point right here to be where Cape Westwind is. And that would be really interesting because what that would do is this river up here likely services the area of Mordona. And so it would be in the Garlean's best interest to own this river because they come around by sea right here. And so that would put Cape Marineum right there, give or take. I can't scale this window. Oh, I can just manually scale. Okay. And so Cape Marineum, can I zoom in? No. Should be right off of that. And if Cape Marineum is right off of that, that means that the Strait of Merrill Thor, which is what this is, there's Castrum. This is Garlean controlled. Garlean controlled, which means that likely this entire strait is not safe for the Garleans or for the citizens. Which kind of, so the mist actually hangs off like right here. So the mist is about here. Costa del Sol is like right here. And so that means like we're looking out at Garlean controlled waters that whole time. And it also makes airship travel when you take the airship from Gridania, which is like up here, about where the shield is, and you come down to here, like that's incredibly dangerous. Because you're going over Garlean controlled areas, or you're pushing up into the winds of the peaks here as you get up into like Querthos. So like it's not a safe flight. So it's shocking that if airship travel is limited, which is what the MSQ has told us so far, that we would ever go from Gridania to Lenosha. We should always go from Gridania to Ul'dah and Ul'dah to Lenosha. Right? We should always circle south. Ala Mhigo's its own mess, but it's way off over here. And so we should really come down through the South Shroud and through Eastern Thanalan which gets us out here. And that allows us to come down south and fly over Hellbreaker, fly over the Ciudades. The Ciudades is Hellbreaker, which I think is this one. Turtleback Island, which I think is this one, and Lox Lie, which might be that one. Right there. Lox Lie is a flat island used by the Grand Companies for training. Turtleback is like a big mountainous island. I think it's this one. And Hellbreaker, with this gap kind of drawn around it, is like shrouded in mist and is known for is rumored to have pirate treasure. Obviously we have a dungeon that takes us there to kind of answer that later, but this character knows not. Alright, so I am here to look for some craziness. You guys triggered a hype train. Nox with 8 months. Kenrick sharing Prime for 22 months. And Game Then Crave at 7 months. You swear it was 6. Well, I did take 2 weeks off last month. So those of you continuing to support me, I really do appreciate it. I missed basically all of the last 2 weeks. We streamed the live letter and that's it. So I am in Lower Lenosha looking for cedarwood. And I need to be killing nesting birds, cave bats, and galagos. There's nesting birds. So I do appreciate you guys supporting me. Everybody says take care of your family and, you know, don't worry about it, but like, obviously, it's easier said than done. Like, I have a job to do. I like doing it, and I want to keep doing it. So, I appreciate the support. Alright, that's nesting birds. We're looking for... what else? Cave bats, which aren't going to be out in the open, and monkeys. Galagos. I kind of want to buy one of the lore books so I can start understanding some of these species. A lot of that is probably documented out on the internet, but it would be nice to have something to flip through at night. Oh, one good thing about the mid-rolls and pre-rolls is it reminds you to renew your Prime. Fair enough. Here we go. So this is Galagos. And the next is cave bats. Which are probably maybe back towards the mines? I assume a lot of subs have fallen off. Streaming is not really a gig that encourages breaks, and so like if because I do think advertisements and stuff, they remind me when I go in. When I go into people's streams, if I haven't been in a while, I'm like, oh, my sub fell off. Alright. Blind Iron Mines. There's the cave bats. And this will push me to level 13. So that's better. The quest will likely give me the bulk of a level, but even if it gives me an entire level, that's only 14. So I'm not done chasing Hunting Log, because I need to be at least 14 before we go turn this in. Western, lower. I'm in lower, right? Yeah, I'm in lower. So let me head down to Morby and kill this goo-goo. Anything else in lower? God's Grip. Lot of west. Okay. Lord Nish, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs. Taking care of Carter Pants, Censored, Aurora, Vile Crow, and TK. Thank you. Here we go. Morby. Looking for a Gooboo. A big old boy. In ARR, it was one of my favorite mounts to see people on. They've since added a lot of really great mounts to the game. I'm really excited Garo's coming back. That is absolutely awesome. They had said they wanted to try to bring it back, but, like, that could have meant years. There is talk that somebody said there was, like, a Garo mobile game coming out, so it wouldn't shock me if they kind of crossover event it. And Garo's like, hey, try our, you know, mobile game. Which is fine, right? Like, I get it. Chili, thank you so much for 23 months. Yours was still active during the live letter. Oh man, it just fell off then. But the Garo event, so I have one of the 3 mounts, and I have all of the Black Mage cosmetics, because at the time I wasn't sure if I'd care for cosmetics. I usually don't. And I was a Black Mage. So that's the one I got. Now, I don't really play my Black Mage as much. And it feels weird that I don't have any warrior loot. So, I would like to go back and get the warrior loot. And if it's all tied to the new mode, who knows? Like, maybe it's so fun that I end up with lots of loot. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I have time, and like the Moogle Treasure Trove event, I end up with all of it. Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, there's 14. That's a big one. 14 and a half. That should be enough. So, let me jump back. And if I need to continue on, then we'll come down. Now we're getting closer down to the Aetheryte. So the only other thing I need in the zone is down in God's Grip, which, like, there's an Aetheryte for that. Alright. So let's jump down to Arcanist. Why do we need to beat the Omega raids? They didn't say it was for sure required. However, we are getting a new quest line tied to the Omega portion of Endwalker. We were told before Endwalker to do the Omega raids, so anybody who got to the Omega callback portion of Endwalker may have felt like, you know, I recognize these people and I wish I knew more about them, and replaying the Omega series would have been how you did that. We're about to get a new questline series tied to them, so they're saying, so it's kind of saying, like, if you didn't replay Omega going into Endwalker, and you're like, man, I wish I had done that when they told me to do it, and I didn't, they're now telling you to do it again. Now, if you thought they told me to do it, I didn't, I don't care, then still don't do it. And if they said, do it before Endwalker, and you did it, and you're like, man, I'm totally glad I did that, you don't need to do it again. You're fine. It's just a refresher, because it's been a long time since the Omega series was added to the game. It's story that I don't know, so I didn't redo it. It is tied to 6.1x, so it's not something you need to have done by the 12th, per se. So I would like to replay it at some point, but I was planning on doing that on this character. So I don't know how that gets done in time. We'll see. We'll see.
Back from the field, Meteor. Kylia contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught to only intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it's difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies, maintain the razor edge of your mind.
And I need hands, right? Yeah, I need hands. Give me hands. And by the way, saying that's intermediate, your quest line only goes to level 30, and I am level 15. If you're not teaching me intermediate... Oh, dang it! I had better hands. Oh, they got me. They got me. They got the tater. Alright. You got me. Oh my gosh. Dredden, thank you for 16 months. Thank you guys for the level 3 hype train. Glad to be back.